ago, I found this in one of my favorite word search. And every once in a while they come up with a really profound quote. And this one is, one must still have chaos in oneself to be able to give birth to a dancing star. And that is from Friedrich Nietzsche. And I thought, wow, chaos. There's a part of me that's gravitates to chaos because there's so much movement and there's a divinity to it that really resonates with me. And I think you and me, we went to a women's retreat and we did these dances, and chaos was my favorite dance because it moved everything. And that's how I move. And so that's why I love belly dancing. And so this chaos, and then dancing to give birth to a dancing star, makes me feel like the possibilities. And so with that, I was starting to think, I was with Laura and Carmen yesterday, and we were starting to talk about our I ams. And that really puts me into who I am. And a couple of weeks ago at our Wednesday class or Tuesday class, there was a young woman that's kind of just getting into all of this stuff that we're learning. And it made me think, what are you looking for? Who am I? Where am I going? And so that takes me off on my journey of thinking of, what is that? Who am I? Where am I going? And then I think of one of my favorite I am quotes is from Ernest Holmes. And it is, I am. What more can I be? I am, and it is enough. Because thou art, I am. From out of the depths of me, I am. In and around me, I am. Over and through me, I am. Oh, inner being. Eternal, blessed, complete, and perfect. Birthless and changeless and deathless. I am, and evermore shall be. Sometimes when I read these things, it finally solidifies what I'm looking for. This is who I am. I remember thinking, looking who I'm about. In the last couple of years, I've getting to scratch the surface of who I be. And I've spent so much time being someone else's idea that I couldn't have the courage to be me. And it really, I think that's why the chaos, I'm going to come out here and visit with him, really resonates with me. And when I did my talk last spring for Easter, it was like being resurrected. And I realized how far it's come. That the person I was before the last 40, 50, 60 years, I'm not that person anymore. And so now I get to delve into the person I was meant to be. And it's kind of a little harder because I have a tendency to want to ask permission. Can I do this? Can I do that? And so I still find myself doing that. And I still have this little girl speaking to me because she kind of wakes me up. And I have to remind her that it's going to be okay, that we're safe and we're loved. And when I have customers come to me and they're kind of going their stuff, I says, number one, just live for the day. The present moment is all we have. Find things that you love to do and let everything else go. Don't read any newspapers. Don't listen to the news. Find good things to read that lift you up. I know that this part of me is always, she'll always let me know, because that's where I feel her the most. And I think for the first time I'm okay with that, because I used to kind of worry it even more than I would normally would. And so I find myself back at my square one to knowing this is who I am. And I got a fairly good idea of who I am, what I'm about. But there's still all this lovely stuff to wade through. And I think when my friend Bob Pulliam always tells me about working with our shadow side. And I know most people don't really understand it, but it's just that side of ourselves, that's where the challenges are. That's where the pain is at, the discomfort. And it's what makes us to understand that part of ourselves, because it's always going to be there. And it will be our greatest teacher. And I think of those things and what he had taught me when I started working with this shadow side. And I've kind of been wanting to do a class with this sometime. And I would ask, what are you most afraid of? And then list those things. And then that will kind of be your first part of your homework. You are the master plan of yourself. And we get to uncover all of the bulkiness, like the chaos. We get to wade through it all. And we get to find that golden kernel of who you are. When I do my readings for people, that's kind of what I try and do. I want to get to know you. I want you to know you, so that without all the programming that we talk about, or how someone tells you who you should be, or how you grew up and all these little things, but to find that kernel true self of you, that God and you know as absolute truth. And that makes me feel good to know I can help someone navigate that journey. And the fact also, you're not alone. That we have the center to help us navigate through that. And we have all these different faces, and all these different personalities, and all these people that come in and through this building. They all give us something to wake us up, to remember who we are, and to also recognize them, who they are. They're just in no matter where it's a situation, they're still in that mode of, I'm trying to be here. Now how do I do that? And that makes it almost freeing, because nobody gets to tell you what you could be. And I now finally get to tell this little girl that she's okay and she's loved, and that I have her back. And I think that's the most important part of it. I have her back, and I can let her have her voice. Because before that, I never had a voice. I kind of let it get quiet. And I didn't really express myself. But since I started this journey with this shadow side, I've been speaking out more. I'm listening more, but I'm also speaking out my truth. And so, I'm going to do one of my favorite affirmations that I used to do every day. And it's the prayer of peace. And I used to do this every single day, every night. And I got to the point where I got it memorized. And there's something about Ernest Holmes, because he's such a poet, that he kind of draws me into that. And it starts out, be still and know that I am God. I am the Christ, the Son of the living God within me. I'm the principle of peace within me. I am the manifestation of love within me. My mind is poised in peace and beauty. All sense of fear or doubt is gone. I rest in calm trust and rely on the law of spirit to bring good into my experience. I contend with none, argue with none, and am filled with wonderful peace and light. There is no uncertainty about my future and no fear of the result of my past. I live in an eternal now, which is filled with good alone. Goodness and beauty follow me. Peace and joy accompany me. Happiness and wholeness fill my whole being with the realization of love and perfection. I am the Christ, the Son of the living God within me. This inner mind of mine is now divine and complete. It has no worries and no fears. It is whole, complete, and satisfied. I look back over all previous experience and find that it was good, very good. I look toward the future and find that it is all good and very good. And I look at the present and find that it is also good and very good. God is in all, over all, and through all. I am the Christ, the Son of the living God within me. I am the spirit of confidence. I am poised in love and reason. I am the perfect law of truth and the complete presence of beauty. I am the Christ, the Son of the living God within me. My most favorite story. And it's fine, interesting, because I've done it for so long that it's at a point now where I finally believe it. I didn't always believe it. I wanted to believe it so badly that I would do it over and over and over, day and day and day, day and out. And I realized that it's here now. And it's in me. And I found it. And I discovered it. And I get to show it to you. And I get to reveal you to me from you, from my heart. And I'm so grateful for this chance to be able to teach this and to learn it, finally feel it in my roots. Because I felt like I didn't have that much roots, and now I'm finding it. And it finally started to click more. And the more I click in, the more I don't have to search for it as hard as I used to. I don't have to study it and cram it in my head trying to figure it out when I finally got it in my heart. And this is this journey that I've been on since I was 6, 7 years old, looking for me. And I finally found it. But then again, like Laura says, there's always more to learn. And so that kind of puts me into, gosh, what else can I do? The possibilities. And we talk about wanting to see what to believe, and I know most of us have seen it, but that talks about all these possibilities. And I find that fascinating. So I'm hoping that you can join me on this journey, because I think it's going to be a blast to find out all these possibilities and all these different ways of thinking and seeing and feeling. I'm so much more into wanting to feel it than now we get to live it and to trust it, where I didn't really trust it before. I wanted to so badly. But now this helped me to realize that, and that it's here. And I give so much thanks for letting me have this time to show you in this journey, and to thank you for joining me in this journey. Because I know I can't do this by myself. And I've done it by myself for a long time, and I don't have to do that anymore. I have people I can ask for help for. And now I not just for help, but to also have my back. And I'm so grateful for that, and I thank you so much. I love you. Love you, love you, love you. Woo.
Yeah.